Welcome to Positively Muskegon. It's Andy O'Reilly, and I am back at 70 times 7 today. Look at the glare we generate together. Nate Johnson is here, two of the best-looking bald dudes in all of town. Nate is the director of 70 times 7. Let's catch everybody up. If they haven't met you yet, well, we've done a couple of stories with you down here.
Yeah, it's about second or third one.
Let's talk a little bit about 70 times 7 and how it came to be your mission in life.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. This happened back in 2003 when I had chose to give my life to God.
Yeah, you came from a rough patch.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in prison. I got sentenced to 12 and a half years in prison. Really, I had a consecutive sentence, so I had 17 and a half to 50, and ended up, after I was in several years, got 5 years taken off because I got sentenced to a concurrent sentence. Long story with that. So it left me with 12 and a half years, and during that, my time of incarceration while I was at St. Louis Correctional Facility is where I ended up having an encounter with the Lord.
Yeah.
Flipped my world upside right, and during that, the next 10 years of my life in prison, as I'm going through this time of change and going through this time where internally I was able to be healed, renewing my mind, and I just realized that there was just a burden on the inside of me, and really a strong desire to want to help men and women coming home from prison. It actually started as an irritation. The thing, I remember I'd get so discouraged and frustrated with guys that keep coming back to prison.
Yeah.
And I'd say, man, why would these guys? We're crying in here that we want to get out, want to be with our kids, our family, get on with life, but then we put ourselves back in the same situations to come back. And that was beginning to frustrate me because over that 12 and a half year period, I would see guys come in 2, 3, 4 times.
Right.
They're just doing 18 months or 2 years. And I'm like, well, this is crazy. Yeah,
right, yeah.
Come on. So during that process, while they're in there, I remember a guy had said this. We were talking about purpose one day, and he said some people find their purpose through their strengths, their gifts, their talents, and different things. He says, but other people discover their purpose, and he said this phrase. He says, when you discover what drives you up the wall, you'll find what you were created to solve.
Sure. And
so watching men and women continuously come back and recidivate and all these different things, and internally it was like an irritation. Man, I can't understand it.
Right.
Drive me up the wall.
This.
Right.
Yeah, it's insane behavior.
Absolutely.
Same thing over and over, expecting different results.
Exactly.
Right.
So I just got to a place to where that was the thing that I knew, okay, I'm a part of this solution right now.
Yep.
I'm here to help teach people and those coming home from prison how to win the war, staying out.
So far so good.
We
just had the news yesterday
Yep.
about the closure of the prison here in town.
Yep, here at West Shoreline.
Job wise, kind of scary for some people, but overall, the fact that the prison population is going down speaks volumes of the work that's going on here.
Taxpayers,
Helps the taxpayers out a little bit, and hopefully we're getting past the repeat cycle that keeps these guys locked out.
Yeah, because the recidivism rate within the state of Michigan is lowering, so that's what prompted the closing of West Shoreline, which eventually will save the state $19 million a year.
Right, but it's not
just the one prison closing.
And I hate, one thing, especially with the politics thing going on, I hate that it always comes back to money.
Yeah.
Because you and I, with me with alcoholism and addiction and all that kind of stuff, it ain't about money. It's about people.
Yeah.
And it's about helping them get past what you and I had to. You know, I mean, you had your background, I've got mine, and that was one of the things that we clicked on early on when we first met.
Yeah.
Is that we both had that moment where we got hit with that lightning, and for people that haven't had that happen, they don't get it.
Yeah.
But once you do get it, it's kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go.
Yeah.
And it's a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So your work continues. I mean, you just finished up a class here with some of the guys.
Yeah.
I've advanced. Some of your inspiration has led me down to the jail on Tuesdays. I get on there for the reading program with Read Muskegon. I know this. I know they can read.
Yeah.
We're not fooling anybody. We help them out a little bit along that kind of thing,
Right,
but it's that idea of, hey, you know what, there's a hand here for you to hold on to, and I get it. Yeah. And I'm getting it more and more. Yeah. I don't think, honestly, that there is a true criminal of anybody that we meet down there.
Yeah.
I think that there are some lost souls who found their way into addiction, found their way into being manipulated by people around them. Yeah. And I think they are, and when I'm in there every week, when you get done with this, you're going to call Nate and you're going to call me. Yeah. And we're going to find a way to get you back on your feet. So you helped inspire me to take a little more active role in all this kind of stuff. And
Good stuff.
same thing, man. That's this is how this
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
This is community. This is how this works.
Yeah.
But we are not here to talk about how wonderful you and I are, because
Yeah.
that's not what we do. We're here to talk about an event you have coming up,
Yeah.
which is on February 8th.
February 8th.
Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah. Muskegon Locked in Solidarity.
Okay.
70 times 7 is a partner with a group called CCDA, which is the Christian Community Development Association. They're a national group. We actually have a local chapter here. Some great people that are a part of it. Jeremy Leonards, Sarah Sibinga, Community and Compass,
Yep.
and a bunch of other people are a part of the local chapter group here. And 70 times 7 is one of our partners. And so they do this event every year. Not just our local chapter, but the national organization. The first week of February, the CCDA has taken the first week of February within their organization and deemed it as this is the week that we're going to raise awareness about mass incarceration.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about what actions can we take in order to be a part of ending mass incarceration here in the country.
Now, mass incarceration, give me the definition. I mean, it's not the guy that gets locked up for child support and all that kind of stuff, is it?
Well, it could be.
Okay.
It's mass incarceration, exactly what it is. It's incarceration on a massive scale. So here I'll give you a little way to look at it. So take all of the incarcerated people
Yep.
in the whole world.
Okay.
Right? The United States has 25% of the world's incarcerated people.
A lot of people.
Okay? There's over 70 million people in our country who have a felony. I could give you a bunch of statistics, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
This is just ridiculous. And so we want to play the part in raising awareness where we realize that this is a problem. But what are practical things that we can do to help end mass incarceration?
Okay.
Practical things like this, and we'll be discussing a lot of these here at the event, where I may not be a part of a prisoner reentry group. I don't know anyone who's been to prison, but there's a couple who I work, a man or a woman who I work with, or a couple that I go to church with, whose son's incarcerated, and they don't have the means to drive up and see their son as often as they like to.
Yep.
Hey, you know what role I could play to help keep the family ties strengthened and to keep the family together? I could commit to once a year or twice a year to drive that family up to see their son.
Sure.
To visit for a few hours. So just practical things where I may know an owner of a business where I could talk with him about potentially hiring returned citizens when they come home.
Sure.
So we want to go to a place to where we think more rehabilitative than punitive. And so we want to raise awareness. We're going to bring in some local Michigan Department of Corrections workers from the parole office, and we're going to bring Angie Sprank from Offender Success Program. She's Region 4 coordinator, which kind of helps work. She works with 13 counties helping with the men and women when they come home to transition successfully back into the community.
It's a big change.
It is. It's huge. So we have that. We're going to do a PowerPoint presentation on mass incarceration from a national down to a local level. And then we're going to have a panel discussion where we bring Michigan Department of Corrections workers, and then we're going to bring returned citizens, several men who have been incarcerated for over decades, some over a couple decades, into the 20s. They're going to come in, and we're going to talk about different topics on what does the role that addiction plays in mass incarceration.
Huge.
Okay.
Huge.
We're going to talk about different policies that we're going to address certain policies that could be changed in order to help end this cycle, and then we're going to talk about some of the crazy laws that are in our country. Like, for instance, here's one crazy one in the state of Michigan. If you have a felony in the state of Michigan, you can't own a dog that's part wolf.
Well,
Right?
I wouldn't want one anyway.
Yeah, right, me neither. I know, I thought the same thing.
Right.
And obviously it's not like the courts are even going to deal with that, but these are actual laws in Michigan and some of the other states. Texas, you can't even be a part of a bingo game if you have a felony, been to prison. And there's a lot of other strange ones. Obviously, at the time, there probably was a reason for that, right? So I get that, but we want to have a conversation around this. What can we do as a community? Because here's the thing. 90% of the men and women that are incarcerated in our state prisons, 90% of them are coming home one day.
Yeah.
If we choose to lock them up, throw away the key. Still, that 90% are coming home.
Yep.
If we choose not to invest in them, if we choose not to help them when they come home, then when they come home and the recidivism rate continues to go up, and they're continuously going back in and out, creating havoc in our society,
Yep.
in our community,
Yep.
and we're like, this stuff needs to end. Well, either we're going to take ownership of this thing, or we're going to help them transition in that period, and help create a city and environments where there's no excuse for going back.
Yep.
And then here's what we'll watch. We'll watch safer communities. And I believe that those of us who have been to prison, that we're out, we won the war of staying out, that it's our obligation, it's our responsibility to use what God's blessed us with, that we still have our
noodle.
Yeah, our noodle. We're thinking straight, we're doing good, that it's our responsibility to help those that are coming home and help create a safer community.
Yeah.
That's our responsibility. That's what we need to bring to the community. And so we've gone from a place to where we've been a curse and we've brought destruction to our cities. Now, how can we be a blessing and benefit to the cities? And this is one of the ways that we can do it. So we want to invite all the people that are working with returned citizens, whatever group you are, or you just may be interested, or you say, well, I don't know what to do, but there's something that I want to do. Well, come out to this. We're going to have a bunch of people here. We're serving lunch that day. It's February 8th. Starts at 11 o'clock, and we'll be going till 1:30. Get on the 70x7 Muskegon Facebook page.
We'll link it, right?
This on there.
We'll link it up.
Yeah, we'll link it up.
Yep.
Get on there. Check us out. All the information will be on there. Or you can email me at natej@70x7muskegon.org, and then I can send you one of the flyers.
Ooh.
I can send you information, all that about it, and we'll look forward to seeing you there.
A little forgiveness.
Yeah.
Not only for the guys coming back in, but for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a big part of everything. It's just and for them to forgive themselves a little bit and
Absolutely.
say, you know what, I can do something good now that I've been through that.
Absolutely.
It's a great thing.
That's it.
February 8th. All the details will be right here on Positively Muskegon. You know the offer always stands, man.
Yeah.
I think you're a community game changer, and we will always be here to help you out, man. Keep up
Thank
the
you,
great
sir.
work.
Appreciate you.
All the details right here on Positively Muskegon, 70x7. Make sure you're there. February 8th. Where's it going to be again?
Right here at 70x7.
Okay.
The address is 1128 Robert Street.
Yep.
And we're housed inside the Kingdom Life Church building. So it's a former school.
Yep.
On the corner of Isabella and Robert. 70x7's here. We'll be meeting in the auditorium.
Yep.
And we look forward to seeing you.
Come on down. Be here next week. It's going to be a great opportunity for you to learn a little bit more. Nate, thanks again, man.
Thanks, sir.